This is a small church, the Church of Saint Martin de Vic, in the center of France. The outside is drab. It has a plain brown door. And when you walk inside, it's the colors, even restored from 1,000 years ago, are amazing. This is a work of genius. Walking in there was like having cataracts lifted from your eyes, which I have done, and all of a sudden seeing clearly again. And when we walked into the choir and we looked at this fresco of Jesus entering Jerusalem, riding on the ass, followed by his disciples, Julie grabbed my arm and she said, "Jerry, do you see what I see?" And I looked in the upper corner there and I said, "Oh yes, I see what you see." One of the joyful youth welcoming Jesus to Jerusalem is holding the stem of one of 5 tan, smooth, large psilocybin mushroom caps. Now, we've heard that size matters, and it certainly matters in Romanesque art. Size did matter, and the fact that these caps are so large. When we follow this painting to the next wall, it takes you to the towers of Jerusalem. And there, what is growing out of the towers of Jerusalem? Large psilocybin mushroom caps being cut down with long knives. And then we could barely believe our eyes, because this tower overlooked a painting, a fresco of the Last Supper, which is in our book, with Jesus and the disciples, with mushroom caps on the table, the long knives, and when you look very closely at the photographs in our book, mushrooms drawn very distinctively into the hem of the disciples. It was at this point that we had our aha moment, and we said, this is an alternative history of Christianity. This is different from the master story. And this started to make sense because Pope Gregory in the 6th century said, people are illiterate. Let art be the Bible. Let art be the religious instruction of the illiterate. Now we had to ask ourselves and check ourselves again. We said, well, is this a marginal Catholic cult? Is this a renegade bunch of hippie priests operating far from the crown and the church out here in the center of France? We need to go to the high holy places of Christendom. We need to go to Chartres Cathedral. We need to go to Canterbury Cathedral. We need to go to St. Michael's Church in Germany. And here's what we found.